Hello, everyone. I just wanted to warn you before we start today's episode that there are some slight spoilers for the movie Turning Red. We do notify you when we're going to start spoiling the movie, so you can skip about 10 minutes ahead into the conversation. And there will be heavy spoilers for Great and Terrible Beauty. Other than that, it's just a regular episode, just a very long one. So please enjoy. Hello, welcome to Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Carden.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Carden?
I am really tired today. How are you?
I am feeling greasy.
Yeah, we've had a greasy day, haven't we?
We've had a greasy weekend.
We have?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a day.
Well, Friday, yesterday, today.
What was greasy about yesterday?
Everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey, somebody's joining us today.
Yes, we have a guest.
Do you want to introduce the guest?
Our guest is Carmen. Carmen is one of my best friends since like the 6th grade. So she's an in real life friend.
In real life friend.
Yes. All of our other guests. Well, no, I was about to say all of our other guests, but no, Nick was in real life friend.
Yes. Nick is
Everybody else was not in real life.
So we should probably let Carmen talk because at this point we haven't let her say anything. Carmen, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are y'all? Well, obviously, I already answered that.
We're greasy. That's okay. We're very greasy, apparently.
Oh, well, I feel greasy. So we went today to a strawberry festival and we had all the greasy food and pretty much everything was bad.
Only one thing was good.
Did y'all have funnel cake?
No, because everything else was so bad. I didn't want to get funnel cake too. It was so bad. So I went in like thinking that we would get the funnel cake because they had this special strawberry funnel cake with like a key lime glaze. I'm like, fuck yeah, I gotta try that. I love key lime everything. And then everything we ate leading up to the possibility of getting a funnel cake was terrible. Except the one thing, which is something I normally don't even like.
A donut.
A donut.
Yeah, a donut. Yeah, we had possibly the worst elotes of our life. It had Parmesan cheese on it.
Do you know what elotes is?
No.
Okay, it's Mexican street corn. So it's corn on the cob with you put mayonnaise as the base,
Or
and
crema.
then or crema. We use mayonnaise, and then cotija. It's like Mexican crumbling cheese. And right?
Yeah.
Am I describing that correctly?
You're going right.
Okay. And then depending on your tolerance for spice, you put tahini on top of that, like a light drizzling, not even drizzling, a light shaking, sprinkling of tahini, which is it's, I don't even know how to describe tahini. It's like a zesty spice.
Lemony spice.
Yeah.
It's not really spicy, it's just zesty.
Yeah, it's real zesty.
It sounds delicious.
They used Parmesan because it was white people instead of brown people at this booth. And the Parmesan like melted into the mayonnaise. We were about to puke trying to eat this thing. We threw it away.
No.
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's so bad that usually I feel bad when I throw it away, when I throw food away because I'm too full and can't eat it. But this one I threw it away with hatred. Like it felt good to throw away. Now we have a couple of questions for you. Let's go ahead and get started with those questions. The first one is, do you read any books?
Do you read any books?
No, I am illiterate. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I love reading.
All right. So what's your favorite book?
I love Pride and Prejudice.
I was about to say, if you don't say Pride and Prejudice, then I don't know you.
I struggle because it's like I love Pride and Prejudice so much, but I also love The Princess Bride. So, but definitely Pride and Prejudice.
So I'm not book literate.
Oh my god.
I can barely read to start. But your Instagram handle is Pride and Pages, right?
Yes.
And that has to do with Pride and Prejudice. Right?
Yes.
And you know, The Princess Bride, he had never seen The Princess Bride until one day after the pandemic started. I think it was back towards the beginning, maybe. We were just sitting at home because, you know, that's all we do now. And I turned it on and he just happened to wander in. I think he came in like around when Buttercup and Wesley are going into the forest and they encounter the rat thing. I can't remember what it's called.
The ROUS?
Yes, that. A rat of unusual?
A rodent of unusual size.
There you go. And then he stuck around for the rest of the movie and he said it wasn't bad.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember the huge rat?
No, I think I came in after that. I think I came in when the inconceivable guy dies. When he drinks the poison.
That's before
that. Yes.
That's before?
Yeah, so you definitely saw that.
Then I must have left the room because I don't remember a rat of unusual size.
It's so good.
A rodent. Okay, yeah. Then we should probably do a rewatch of that. All right. So next question. What is your favorite game? Wait, do you play video games?
No, I don't play video games either. No, I love video games. Okay, so I absolutely love Harvest Moon. That is probably my OG, like original Harvest Moon, not this new take on it because the owners are now doing like the Story of Seasons, but the original OG PlayStation Harvest Moon is my favorite.
I mean, she has on like a legit headset right now, and you're asking her if she games.
I mean, she has like cat ears and everything on top of her head. No, I know because the one time that we hung out with them, they had Resident Evil 8 on the TV, and I was like, "Ooh, I just beat that game," and I just talked about it on the podcast. I was very excited, and they never turned it back on because we just talked like adults.
They turned on the Olympics with the
marbles.
The Marble Olympics. That was what it was. I was gonna say marbles, and I was like, no, surely it wasn't marbles.
No, it was marbles. It was marbles. And it was very entertaining. That shit was something else. And like we just sat there for what, like 2 or 3 hours?
Yeah, it was a hot minute just sitting there watching that. Before we went and got Cookout, which I wish we could review because it's too far away.
Yeah, we got Cookout. Cookout was good.
Mm-hmm.
So Harvest Moon. I have heard of Harvest Moon. I've never played it. But I have heard that Stardew Valley is somewhat like Harvest Moon. Have you played Stardew?
I have played Stardew.
And
a lot.
Is it better than Harvest Moon?
She just said Harvest Moon is her favorite.
I know, but I love Star Fox 64, and I can say that
the games are better than it, even though it's your favorite.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes, there's way better games out there than Star Fox 64. It doesn't mean nothing. So Stardew, is it better?
Yes.
Oh, see?
It's you've made your point.
Like,
it's just because there's more to do.
Yeah, there's more content. It's still being updated.
We have a listener, Dave. He is obsessed with Stardew.
Every time you say Dave, I think Dave Grohl. Wouldn't it be so fucking cool if Dave Grohl were one of our regular listeners? One day, goals.
I would die if he was one of our listeners.
He just wrote a book, or he just had a book published.
Did he?
Recently, yeah. I see it on Bookstagram a lot. Or maybe it's about him, but I'm pretty sure he wrote it. I gotta look at it again. I don't remember now.
I don't know.
I know it's his silhouette, and it says Dave Grohl, but I can't remember if it's called Dave Grohl or if it's by Dave Grohl.
Are you sure it's Dave Grohl and not Jesus?
No, I know it's fucking Dave Grohl. He's wearing glasses. Jesus didn't have glasses.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't know.
He was the son of a carpenter. Maybe they created glasses.
Okay, here it is. The Storyteller, Tales of Life and Music by Dave Grohl. It published on October 5th, 2021.
And what's it about?
So I've written a book, having entertained the idea for years and even offered a few questionable opportunities. It's a piece of cake. Just do 4 hours of interviews, find someone else to write it, put your face on the cover, and voila! I have decided to write these stories just as I have always done in my own hand. It's a really long synopsis. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it looks like it's like his life and music. It says Nirvana and Foo Fighters in the synopsis. I saw that.
Huh.
I mean, who else can say that they were part of 2 of the most popular bands of all time? 2.
That's true.
That's amazing.
And I would say that what's it called? Foo Fighters right now is at the level of what Metallica was in the 80s when they were really big.
I think that's a fair assessment.
I mean, everybody knows Foo Fighters. Carmen, do you know Foo Fighters?
I do know Foo Fighters.
See? Everyone knows Foo Fighters. Everybody in this room knows of them, except for Luna.
Luna knows nothing.
No. Okay, so next question. Do you eat?
No. Why would I eat? Do I have to survive?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how other people's body works.
Yes, so. I eat a lot.
You can't tell.
Got all this muscle I gotta fill in.
So what's your favorite food and from where?
Oh my goodness.
What if it's at home?
Then she can say it's at home and what her favorite food is. My favorite food is codfish salad from my grandma that's dead and doesn't make it anymore.
Well, Carradine can attest to this. I don't know if she actually likes it or not, but back home in our small town, there's a place called Carlton's.
Oh my God.
And they have a pulled barbecue pork sandwich. Not the nasty scramble hamburger, but the barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
That was your favorite.
Heck no, that is not my favorite. But they had hot sauce on it and it's really good. I mostly eat a lot of Mexican here. I just actually
in Alabama. Lots of
in Alabama.
There's
there's one and I don't even think it's remotely good, but it makes me sad. I'm one of those people that think cilantro tastes like soap.
Oh, you're one of those sad people with the affliction.
Yeah. So I actually like their salsa, even though it has cilantro in it. It's weird.
Huh.
It's a miracle. Logan has that affliction.
That's kind of weird.
Hi, Logan.
I don't
miss you.
I don't. Is it something genetic?
It's a thing. And I'm pretty sure he told me before that it's something that happened over time to him, if I remember correctly. But it is. It's like a 50-50 thing. Half people love cilantro and the other half think it tastes like soap. It's a legit thing.
No, I know it's a legit thing, but is it genetic or?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't believe Google so. I think you just have a chance of having it.
We're the lucky ones for now. God.
Imagine I would have to.
You will never be able to eat your all-you-can-eat tacos again.
My tacos de cabeza.
Yeah.
They might not let you come home next month. They'd be like, no thanks.
Well, is cilantro used a lot in Puerto Rico?
No. We
use that one restaurant. No, it's okay.
No,
it's a common misconception.
We use something that's called culantro, I think, or cilantrillo.
Is that what the restaurant's called?
I thought it was after
the
cilantro.
Restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant.
That doesn't mean cilantro.
I don't know what the difference is.
You're supposed to.
No, I'm not. They have very different weird names for shit that I'm supposed to know. Okay, so pimentos.
Yeah.
Sometimes in Puerto Rico they're called ajíes dulces.
Okay.
And ají is a country word in Puerto Rico for pepper.
Uh-huh.
So it's sweet pepper, but it's a pimento.
Interesting.
So just like that, there's a bunch of different weird words for a bunch of different spices and shit.
Different ways you can say things.
Yeah.
Just between different dialects of Spanish.
Exactly.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what the difference is between them. I know that culantro is used a lot. I hate the flavor of that. To me, it just tastes like fucking
soap.
Vicks.
Oh, soap.
Oh.
No, Vicks Vapor Rub. It's disgusting.
Harsh.
Vicks is very intense, loud.
Yeah. There's that lady on My Strange Addiction who was addicted to eating Vicks.
God,
yeah. I don't recommend doing that.
Or toilet paper.
Or toilet paper.
Or couch
mattress
cushions.
stuffing. Yes. Laundry detergent. There's some weird fucking shit on the show.
You say laundry detergent. The other day I was doing a delivery for this lady, and I installed the washer for her, and I was explaining to her how to use it. And I said, well, you put the detergent up here in this tray, and it'll mix it with the water, and you don't have to worry about it. But if you have Tide Pods, you just throw them inside the machine. And he says, oh, no, those are for eating. And I just kept talking, and it took me a second
to register.
And I was going, and I keep trying to talk. I'm like, I started laughing. It's like it didn't register. And when it registered, I just couldn't control the laughter.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I told her, you caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. And it took me a second too.
I love dry humor, sarcasm.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I think she was from Canada because she had a slight accent and her humor was a little bit off, but it was very funny.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Now, all right. So it looks like that while we were doing the intro, we got an email from Will.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it's a very, very long email. So do you want to read it since you're a better reader than I am?
Oh my gosh, can you forward it to me? Wait, no, I have the Novel Console email on my phone. Hold on.
Yeah, so go ahead and pull that up. Okay. And while you pull that up, let me ask Carmen a couple more questions. Now, you sent us an email when we did the Sell the Memories episode, and you said that one of your favorite characters was Beetle.
Yes, I love Beetle. Thank you.
So why do you love Beetle apart from his haircut?
Oh, he cracks me up. Like it's small details in games that really set it apart from everything else. And that's just one of those things where you walk in and you try to shop and he's just talking. You're leaving. He's like, thank you. And I'm like, this like sound effects. Like, so my husband's an engineer, and when he was doing his interview for his current job, they tasked him to create an airplane, and he made one. It wasn't an airplane. I'm sorry, it's a car. And okay. he added sound to the button clicks, and the interviewer was like, "We've never had anybody add sound files, and it makes a huge difference." And I think it's the same way with games. Like there are moments where you're like, the perfect sound. It was like, why is this? Why did they think to add this? But this is amazing. I don't know. I'm weird.
No, the thing about Beetle that always gets me is the fact that you have to kind of chase him down just to be able to give him money for the stuff that he has.
I know. I'm like, dude, take this. You know you want it.
Just like stop your boat, dude. Do you have it?
Yes, this email has a lot of things that all three of us can talk about, which is nice.
All right.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay.
So get started. This is an email from Will. Not your Will.
Yeah, not your Will. That's what I thought when you first said it. I was like, what?
I was like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to go.
I thought he was watching the children. Okay. Yes, you did spell my name correctly, Will. Thank you. Let's see here. Longtime listener and recent Patreon supporter Will here from Texas. Hello. A little about Will for me, since I do not know Will at all. I started listening due to being in the Codex Discord with Chris, Stack, and Burger Champ. I enjoy Star Wars and short walks to the fridge. Me too. Some nerd culture hot takes. I did not see all of the Harry Potter movies until I was a grown man, and I believe they are massively overrated.
Thank you.
Voldemort is maybe the least interesting villain to be in multiple movies of one of these blockbuster franchises. Yes. The shark from Jaws is a more compelling character.
I agree.
Apparently, he is not much better in the books. I'm a fan of good villains, and J.K. Rowling using Slytherin Voldy as pure evil wizard Nazis just doesn't do it for me. Also, we do not need any more Lord of the Rings content. I love the books and the movies, and I will begrudgingly watch the show at some point, but it's not necessary. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Okay, let's first pick apart that, and then we'll go to the next paragraph.
Wait, before we continue. So there's Will and I have kind of like this little joke on the Codex Discord saying that.
Do you make fun of me?
No, that him and I are the same person. We just have two separate accounts to comment basically the same shit.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments when we have the same way of thinking. We really don't need an Amazon Lord of the Rings show.
But I need more Lord of the Rings things. How would you feel? Well, you may be able to relate in some way, but we can both relate.
You and Carmen?
That we were born, we found books, we found our favorites, and then we fucking found out that those people weren't alive anymore. No more.
Yep.
It's devastating. But the Voldemort thing, like, I get it. It is, if you look at like the base plot line of the whole thing and just break it down to just that, it is pretty cheesy. And it's pretty sad that the super powerful wizard gets taken down by like how old is he at the end? Like 17?
Yeah.
But he's taken down every year from 11 to 17. That is pretty sad, honestly. And they are like Nazis. That was a good comparison because they're trying to get just pure-blooded wizards, which always confused me a little bit because Voldemort's not even a pure-blooded wizard.
Right.
He's not even like anywhere near close to, he's not even like a half-blood, really, because his fucking mom was a squib, aka a magical person who didn't have magic, and his dad was a non-magical person.
A squib?
A squib.
I thought you said a squid. Like
a squid.
His mom was an actual creature of the sea.
No, his mother was not a creature of the sea, but that would explain his look a little bit more. Little.
Yeah.
Like the lack of a nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
But there's more to the email that well, I think the three of us can participate in this next little bit. I decided to write this email when, after spending weeks complaining about the sex toy segment, Carradine brings it up. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. Fuck you. I'm curious to know how you feel about the Dragon Ball franchise, because I don't know many people who went into it as an adult. It seems like one of those things that will not hold up well if you didn't grow up with it, but I love me some Dragon Balls.
What
it seems pretty cheesy. It's pretty fucking cheesy, especially like watching you watch it and they're all just like grunting and stuff and their hair blows up and glows. And I'm just like, why? But I mean, like I don't dislike it. I just don't get the hype, I guess you could say. And I do think that's part of it. I didn't grow up with it.
Carmen, have you watched Dragon Ball ever? Did you grow up watching it, or has it been anywhere in your life at any point?
I'm actually a huge Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z fan. It was always on back and forth between Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. So
but also Charmed.
Yes, and Charmed. I watched that too. Obsession.
Now, Carradine is experiencing Dragon Ball Z for the first time this year. Throughout this year, my plan is to have.
Well, and he made me go see that Broly movie in theaters, like however long ago.
Yeah, that movie was amazing.
That was painful.
It was fantastic.
I took my Kindle with me.
So
I did.
By the end of the year, I want her to have
read the entire thing.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Because then I want next year for us to watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged on YouTube, because they do such a great job of making fun of Dragon Ball Z in a way that it is just amazing. Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Carmen?
No, I do know it cuts out like 12 minutes of the text, and it cuts out a lot of overzealous content.
See, that's Dragon Ball Kai, the shortened version of the show. Abridged is the fan-made one where they poke fun of everything.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's like a Harry Potter musical.
So
sort of.
I think you've heard me say this before, but when Cell tells Gohan, you had my attention, but now you have my erection. That's part of Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very funny shit.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next paragraph say?
I enjoyed the episode on Star Fox. I was really hyped for Assault when it came out, but in retrospect, it is kind of a disappointing, or at least uneven title. I think the entire franchise had the unfortunate fate of being a popular rail shooter game, which went out of style fairly quickly. Nintendo has never been able to pivot the franchise and receive the kind of critical acclaim they expect from a flagship series. I believe Fox has gone the way of the Dodo ... or F-Zero. Keep up the great work, guys. I look forward to the show each week. Will from Texas. Thank you, Will. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, I agree with Star Fox. That Star Fox Assault game, it had so much promise.
Have you ever played Star Fox, Carmen?
No, not one of my fandoms.
I've officially played more Star Fox than Carmen has in the 10 minutes that I sat there.
Does it count when you play them in Brawl?
No, it does not.
Oh, then
it does not.
No.
No. Okay, so Star Fox is on. You have a wait. It's on Switch. It's on the Nintendo 64 expansion pass.
Is that one free?
Yeah, it's if you pay the $50 a year, it's free. It's
$50 a year, then it's free.
Yeah.
I don't think I downloaded the N64 one, the pack. We have the Super Nintendo and the OG Nintendo.
Okay, so the 64 one comes with some 64 games and some Sega Genesis games too. It's like $30 extra a year, so it brings the total up to 50. But you have Mario 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story. They just added F-Zero. There's a bunch of really good games. Oh, there's the original Paper Mario. There was another one in my head that I completely blanked.
Is it Dr. Mario?
Dr. Mario was there too. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that it's worth the $50. But I'm biased because I grew up with the Nintendo 64 and I love playing Star Fox whenever I want. So yeah, I just really want another Star Fox game. Make it a real shooter. I don't care if people don't like it, then they don't have to like it because that game is just for me.
Because they care about you enough to make it just for you.
Just for me and Will.
You know that for, I don't know, what was it, 20 years, I was asking for a Poke Snap and they finally gave me one. So,
oh,
yeah. And then
did you hate it as much as Chris did?
And then I said it was one of the most boring games I've ever played.
Well, I liked it. I love the original more, but it's different. It's not like any other Pokemon game.
I mean, so
other than like, hey, you Pikachu, and don't do that. That's hot trash. Don't even look at it.
No, that game is awful. Yeah, that game is really bad. So it came with like an actual microphone that you would plug into the Nintendo 64 controller so you could talk to Pikachu.
Oh,
and Pikachu had very poor listening skills.
Very bad.
Like a child.
So I got enough of those.
You don't need any experience with that in your video games. You need to escape.
Yes.
Escape.
Talking about children. Yesterday, Karen and I watched Turning Red, and I believe you watched it today.
Yes.
Are you ready for when your children turn into teenagers and are obsessed with a boy band and they don't want to disappoint you because you're their favorite parent?
No, because I feel like I will be right there rocking with them.
Right? That's the great thing about millennials now being parents. We're gonna be the cool fucking parents finally. Well, you will. We won't. We'll be the cool aunt and uncle.
Yeah. You take my kids, teach them all of the music. I don't care. I was like, Leon right now. Oh my goodness. He hums a song. He's 4 for the listeners. He just turned 4. And he was singing a song and he's like, I hate misery, but he said misery really weird. And it was like, I miss energy, or I hate energy, or something. And I was like, what song is this?
I can just picture him saying, I hate synergy.
Oh, yeah, miss energy.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, is it Ailstorm? Is that what he's singing? And Will's like, it can't be. And I'm like,
Like
oh,
4-year-old listen to Hailstorm.
hey, don't judge me.
No, I love it. Because I mean, mine would be listening to Nickelback.
Mine listens to that too.
But it was 4-year-old. I like your pants around your feet.
He was singing "I Hate You" earlier, and I was like, your son has told me 3 times that he hates me. It was like he's singing Savage or something.
I can't. That's like, amazing.
And when we ride in the car, he'll be looking at the radio, and he recognized songs by their cover album. Mm-hmm. And it will be in the car. He'll be like, "What about that Red album with the guy on it?" And we're like,
he's so smart. Oh,
but it's like 20 hours of trying to figure out what album
Red album with the man on it.
Yeah, because we don't ever look at the albums that just so display because we're driving.
I love it.
So what is that album in the end?
Oh, I have no idea. I still haven't figured that one out yet. I want to say it was like Ed Sheeran because Will was listening to the Today's Hits, which I always like have it on like the 10s.
I see.
Or 90s.
I was going to say that it was probably Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think it's Under the Bridge.
I'm sure there are lots of albums that are red with a man on the cover. Lots.
There's one. Papa Roach has one, but it's red and it has a plastic baby doll.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that album was actually kind of crap. It only had one good song. So, anyways, Turning Red. What did you think about Turning Red, Karen?
I freaking loved it. I thought it was so adorable and so relatable because it's set in 2002 and we were like just a little bit younger. We were in that same age group at 2002. So super relatable and just, oh my gosh, so freaking cute. I loved it. I cried and I cried and I cried a lot because her getting her red panda was like her getting her period. And I feel that. I'm going to cry again.
Don't cry.
What about you, Carmen? What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was absolutely glorious. Everything about it. I related to it. I cried. Lots of overbearing parents and just trying to transition into womanhood. It's a lot to take in.
See, I never transitioned into womanhood.
Oh my God.
But
you should try that.
It's a painful experience, let me tell you.
I think I'm good. I don't want to go through puberty again. That shit sucked.
Definitely not female puberty.
Oh man, I was a rage monster.
I was pretty sad a lot, contemplating the point of my life.
I listened to a lot of Linkin Park.
Oh yes, Numb. Oh, please let me listen to that all day.
Please let me be numb.
I still listen to them. I'm like Castle of Glass. It hits me differently now. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to this all the time.
But so before we watched Turning Red, I didn't tell him, but I came across one of the lovely girls that we went to True Love Waits with shared a conservative mother's take on Turning Red and how you shouldn't show it to your children if you want to keep them close to Jesus. And I would just like to read some of my favorite bullet points from this woman's summary of why you should not let your children watch Turning Red. It's amazing.
So before you pull that up, I just want to say that movie made me feel like I wonder if my parents felt every time they saw a movie set in the 80s when they were teenagers.
Yeah. Like, did my mother feel this way when she saw The Breakfast Club? She related to it so hard.
I mean, because I saw the Tamagotchis and like all the boy bands, and like I was picturing, it's like, oh, that boy band that they're obsessed with would have been me with Linkin Park.
Us with Backstreet Boys and
NSYNC.
O-Town, 98 degrees, not 95 degrees.
98 degrees.
I had a lot of NSYNC. And until recently, I still thought they were better than Backstreet Boys, but now I like Backstreet Boys more.
See, I always liked Backstreet Boys more, but I love both of them. I don't think I'd really say I like one more than the other anymore. Back then, I would have said Backstreet Boys, but
I like NSYNC more than Backstreet Boys. So Backstreet Boys has better songs than NSYNC.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Same thing with Star Fox and there being better games.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so did you find it?
Yes. Okay, so so let me just say that please do not, if you agree with any of these points, oh god, just watch the freaking movie before you draw your own conclusions, because this woman takes everything so far out of context, I cannot even. Okay, the girls sneak out to a co-ed party to give boys rides as a panda to raise money for the concert. In what scenario was that sexual in any way, shape, or form? Ever?
None.
Okay, so
it was like riding a fucking roller coaster.
Wait. Before you continue, if you haven't seen Turning Red, just skip 10 minutes into the future. Don't listen for the next 10 minutes.
This is the best bullet point of all. The best. The word crap is used. The word crap is used.
I thought that the word stripper was bigger than crap.
Yeah. So one of the bullet points is, let me see here. Oh gosh. I scrolled past it.
I love that.
One girl says her parents won't let her go to the concert because the band sounds like stripper music. And it's so quick that she says it. And they're just like bouncing back and forth between all these girls that if you're not really paying attention, you might miss it. But oh my God. Like, and one of the comments that I just loved was like, wow, it really sounds like you don't know anything about teenagers, because whether or not you let 13-year-old girls and boys watch this shit, they're already talking about it. I learned about sex in elementary school from another girl at school.
We all took a class. Like, we literally had a class in 5th grade that our parents were like, yeah, take this class. Hey, show me all the genital warts and pregnancy. Like, please complain about crap and strippers. Also, if your kid knows what a stripper is and you don't have to define it right there, they don't know what it is. They're not going to be like,
know what a stripper is?
No.
Maybe. I
don't know. Yeah, I mean, he did watch it.
Oh, then he knows.
I went through the post and like took screenshots of my favorite comments. The first one I saw that was my first favorite. God damn, I feel sorry for your kids. I hope they outgrow you soon. That was amazing. And then this one woman like got into a fight about the Bible and said, oh God, I gotta find my exact screenshots of this. The Bible has been the single most detrimental fairy tale ever written. The Brothers Grimm wish they had this exposure. And then this other woman is like, your comment makes no sense. The Bible is not a fairy tale. The Constitution is. So the original woman comes back and says, the Bible is full of mythical creatures, acts of magic, incest, and rape. And then homegirl comes back, clearly you haven't actually read the Bible. There are no mythical creatures or acts of magic. The devil is real, and so are the stories in the Bible. OG comes back. There is literally the description of angels as human animal hybrids, LOL, and there's magical men walking on water and talking bushes. Ellen, that's magic. It was really fun. And then this stupid bitch who made the post then posted a video of herself in her bedroom, just like doing karate moves by herself. It's like, take that. All these people calling me a Karen and a wimp. You wouldn't last against me. And it's just her punching and kicking the air in her yoga pants.
No.
Yes. I shit you not. You'll have to go look at her page.
I can't. I don't want to even go down that nasty rabbit hole.
I was really upset. So I got really wound up.
Isn't the movie rated PG?
Yes, because you probably shouldn't let little bitty kids watch it. But, you know, I mean, whatever. Do your own thing.
Let me share a story about the OG poster here.
Oh dear.
When when we were in True Love Waits, her mama taught the class.
Yes.
Right? And she told a story about having sex with her husband. And her story was this: when she doesn't feel like she's in the mood, her husband will not stop. And she was like, well, I'm just, it's my godly duty to fulfill his needs.
Godly duty.
Oh,
so
my God.
just so y'all know, that's where she came from. That's her background. So
I would also just like to say that Carmen, myself, and my sister were the only ones that made it out of that class not pregnant before we got married.
That's true.
The only ones.
Wow.
And my sister is the only one who like still believed in it.
Yes. Bible Belt is either really high pro Christianity or really low. You ain't never going back.
Yes. Yeah. And honestly, the church is what made me, they pushed me away. They pushed me away wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah.
See, I was in church for a while, in my early 20s. And what pushed me out of it was, well, crazy girlfriend that I had that didn't let me have any friends or whatever.
Yes.
And then there was a guy that he was very much gay. There was nothing about him that would convince you that he wasn't gay. And one day we were talking and he told me about how they treated him in church and how they abused him so that they could get the gay out of him. I was like, that's just plain wrong. No matter what your belief is, that is just wrong. So after that, I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this shit. This shit is awful. He told me that they were doing construction on the church to expand it, and they would just grab a shovel full of cement and throw the whole shovel at him.
Are you
and
serious?
Tell him, grab it and start digging so that you can become a man.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck, dude. Seriously.
That makes me sick. Oh, well, I have my own story of that. I was dating a mixed man in high school.
Oh,
and I got sat down with the pastor and one of the members of the church telling me that I should stay within my color, stay within my race, and that I will go to hell if I don't.
Was this at that same church? Was it a different church?
It was a different church.
Okay. I was about to say.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, Turning Red is a great movie. It's very fun.
Yes.
It was wonderful. I loved every second of it.
Highly recommend.
I found it very funny.
And I want to amend my statement from earlier. I don't think it's a movie that you shouldn't show little kids. I just don't think littler kids would really understand it or appreciate it as much as the teens would.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that. I mean, there are no musical numbers, stuff like that for little kids to dance to and get really into. I mean, they might like it, but it's definitely more of a preteen movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole argument is like, oh, it's gonna turn our children into rebels. Like, isn't that the fucking point?
Oh, it's also demonic because they do a red panda ritual. Yeah.
Like, isn't the point of you raising your kids helping them find who they are as a person?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was like, there's this, like, being a mom, it's there's that fine line of where you're trying to like keep them safe, but at the same time you've got to let them make their choices.
Right.
Like there's so much stuff that I went through growing up that I'm like, I had an overbearing parent. That's just how I describe my mother. And like when I was having sex and she didn't know, like I couldn't tell her. I couldn't, like, my mom was not open to these kind of conversations.
No.
So when we would go to the female doctor, the gynecologist, and my mom would be in the room with me, it's like the most awkward thing that's ever happened. And you're just like, you can't be honest with your doctor. It is literally your doctor because your parent is there. So exactly. It's like there's moments in your life, and like luckily I have two boys. I don't have to do this. But you got to give them space. You got to let them breathe. You got to let them be their own person. It's pretty much.
And you want to be the parent that they'll be like comfortable telling those things to, and know you're not going to kill them.
Yes.
Might be a little upset, but I'm not going to kill you.
A little upset.
Nobody wants to find out that their 14-year-old is getting nasty.
No,
it would be nice that they had enough
underwear.
Trust in you to tell you.
Right? Like Will and I had two different parents. Like Will's mom was like sneaking condoms in drawers without like my mom was like, I don't believe in sex. So you can't.
It's the devil's work.
Yeah, you can't possibly be doing nothing. Sorry, y'all. Y'all are getting my life.
No, we love it.
All right. So now that we're talking about sex, I think it's time to jump into the sex toy of the week. And
what
because
the fuck is that?
last week I forgot to pull up one from the list that Burger Champ sent us.
A list that he sent.
The list that he sent us. I just have here one from the list that he sent, and we have another one. So I just sent Carmen the link, and I am going to send the same link over to Karen.
Oh, it's on Amazon, so hopefully you won't get viruses.
No, it is on Amazon. So let me go here. And this thing is called the Cannon. It's a suction huge dong black from the description on Amazon. It is currently unavailable. It has 4-star rating, and they don't know when or if this item will be back in stock. It is equipped with strong suction-based fisting and stretching toy, top quality materials, made in USA, and it is PVC free. So it does look like a literal cannon with the glance sticking out of the foreskin, making it look kind of like a cannonball.
I just want to say that one of the reviews says, I don't even want to talk about it. There are only 2 reviews. One says, sucked, it's too small. I mean, this thing is like, wow. That's wow. That's
It's 10.5 in thickness, like inches.
How the fuck are you supposed to use this thing? How do you just put it display? Like,
my biggest issues with this toy is how small the balls are.
The balls are like non-existent.
Like, how are you gonna have a fake, like how are you gonna have a dick and not have like balls?
They're real little, and they have like pores. You see how they're they're very small.
So this thing is just plain scary.
It's 8.6 pounds. What the fuck?
It's the size of a baby.
It is literally the size of your cousin's baby that was born yesterday, Friday. Oh my God.
Yesterday, yeah.
This weighs the same as a newborn baby.
I mean, if
heavier than some newborn babies.
If you want to feel what it's like to carry a baby inside you, I guess that would be a way to do it.
Oh my God. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so the next one is called the Seuss Electrosex Urethral Sound.
What? Urethral?
Yep.
Nobody wants shit done to their urethra.
So
nobody.
So this is for guys. It is $45.86, and it does have deliverability through Prime.
Where's the link?
Let me send it to you too. Here we go.
This is much easier than me having to get up and look at a computer.
Yeah. So this
looks like a male's tampon.
Oh my God, it does.
So it is for advanced users. It runs a current from one end to the other. What? It creates unparalleled orgasms, and it can be used with or without a power box. Seuss power box not included, sold separately.
Sex items are non-returnable. What the fuck?
Now there's a whole kit here that's that toy, butt plugs, and
electrode gel. What the hell?
Apparently that helps the current run better. So Seuss electrify your sex life. Electrosex urethral sound wand is not for beginners. Many men have discovered an incredible wealth of pleasure in urethral insertions. For a long time, sounds have been available for this purpose. The electrical urethral sounds takes it all one step further.
Oh my God. This is a great product, very powerful in a sensitive area and exciting, but a bit hard to use with a curved member when erect. I can't.
So there's a review here in Spanish that says bad design. Initially, the smallest part had the cable loose. So make sure you check it before you use it. So you can pretty much shock the shit out of yourself.
You need to be very careful when going in deep. Oh, why would you go in deep? Oh dear.
Works great. Might be too big for beginners, but above that, it slides right in. No sharp edges. You know, there's somebody out there in the world that wishes this had sharp edges.
Okay, but can we take a look at this review photo that someone posted where it looks like their dong is erect in the reflection behind the toy?
Oh.
Do you see it? That second photo?
Yep.
I mean, it could just be them taking the photo, but no, that definitely looks like a dick erect in the reflection.
Yeah, that review says wasn't a good experience for me. On the first use, the wire came off. I can't use it anymore. Wasn't a good experience for me. Amazon, send me a new one, no charge. Excellent service from Amazon. Thank you. This one works fine, but after a week, rust appeared on it. Like if it
do not put rust in your urethra.
Like if the plating was wearing off. I joined 2 pictures to show where the rust appears. I don't think I will be using this item anymore.
I'm sorry, but if you told me you wanted to use this thing, I'd tell you no.
Mm-mm. That just sounds
no. Sounds like you're gonna get UTI.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's ever happened to either of you when you go to the bathroom and it just stings for some reason. Like maybe
that happens to girls and boys.
Like maybe you drank something really acid and it just translated straight into your pee. I feel like that would be what it feels like to go in.
It gonna burn real bad.
Yeah.
It gonna burn, it gonna sting, it gonna hurt.
That's a big no for me, dog. So I guess it's time for book talk.
I suppose we should finally get into some reviews. You're gonna have to post this episode in 2 parts.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into some book talk.
This week's book is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. It was published on December 9th of 2003. Holy crap. What grade were we in 2003? That was 7 years before we graduated high school. So 5th grade?
I was in 8th grade.
Wait, 8th grade? Mm-hmm. How are you in 8th grade?
In 2003, I was 13. So I was in 8th grade.
Yeah,
so you must have been 12.
I was 12 in 8th grade.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Carmen and I chose this book. We were going to be ambitious and read all 3 of them, but that was too much. Did you finish reading all 3 already, or did you only read the first one? I know you want to read all 3. Okay, good. I definitely want to keep going, but I knew that was unrealistic for me. So we chose these books because we read them in like high school and loved them so much. I really have been wanting to reread them to see if they hold up. And I mean, the minute I started reading it, it just all came flooding back to me. I don't know about you, but like even just the first page, I was like, holy crap, like this is really coming back to me quite vividly.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of moments where I was like, oh, I remember where this goes. And I remember the plot now, but it took me a minute. It definitely wasn't like instant back on the first page, but it was close. As soon as she gets to the school, I was like, oh yeah, I remember these bullies.
See, when I got to the school, that's when I started to get a little fuzzy until she meets up with her friend group, and then I started to remember. So I was thinking like all week this week that the best way to describe this book in my mind is like Jane Eyre meets Mean Girls meets What Dreams May Come meets magic and shit.
Yep.
It's a whole trip. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so Gemma, this is called the Gemma Doyle trilogy. It's Great and Terrible Beauty, Rebel Angels, and The Sweet Far Thing. I only owned The Sweet Far Thing because my aunt bought it for me when it published. I checked out the first 2 books from the library. But then a couple years ago, I went to one of my used bookstores and found the first 2 books. And of course, I had to buy them. They were less than $5 a piece. So I finally had the whole set. But Gemma, our main character, has like this crazy vision ability, and like she sees her mother kill herself, and they're living in India. She gets shipped off to London because her father is just so distraught over mother's death and like in a laudanum stupor every day that he can't take care of her. So she's shipped off to London, which is what she wanted anyway before mother died. And she gets sent to a finishing school, or like a boarding school, if you will.
It's all Victorian.
Yes, it's like the end of the 19th century, so late 1800s.
Okay.
Yeah. Does this mean anything to you at all?
No, I haven't been paying attention. I just fell back into the conversation. I have just in case you guys don't know, sometimes my eyes just like flip completely back, and I don't know where I go, but eventually I just fall back and there's something happening. Sometimes there's words coming out of my mouth, sometimes there isn't.
Do you have visions like Gemma?
No, I have no idea what happens.
You go into another realm?
I don't know what happens.
You just black out?
Yeah, just standing there. And sometimes I'm talking, but I have no idea where I'm going with that. So when I come back, I have no idea what the context of the conversation is. So I just have to bullshit my way through it. So what was this about 18th century?
19th century. Because remember, the centuries are
a year after
a number
after the year.
Yeah. So 21st century is the 2000. Wait, no.
It's just it's just important to know the women's stance in this book, like what their roles are.
Yes, they're going to this finishing school to become good brides, basically.
So like Mulan, like the opening of Mulan.
Not really, but sort of, I guess you could compare it to that. Yeah. They're going to be trained on how to be proper ladies and to run a house and to serve tea and to be, submissive wives.
Like in Mulan.
Oh my God.
They have to have an escort.
Yes. They have to have chaperones. They cannot be alone with men. They can't have opinions. Like one of the poor girls has epilepsy, and her parents are trying to keep it hidden because they know no one will want to marry her if they know she has epilepsy. And like her dad has debt and everything, so they got to find her a rich husband, but we got to keep the epilepsy under wraps because he can't find out about that until after they're legally bound to one another.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that how things work?
Yes, it's how things worked back then. Hell yeah. Women did not have any rights at all, and were expected to be quiet, demure, prim, and obedient.
Yes, they have to bring honor to their husband's last name in Mulan talk.
Like Mulan.
Oh boy.
Yes.
No scandals.
Gemma has an older brother who drops her off at the school, and he's like, make sure you look for me a wife and you're on your best behavior like a good lady, and you don't have a lot of personality, and make sure my wife doesn't either. Yeah,
she has a pretty though.
Yes,
pretty and rich.
Yes,
at least you're pretty, you're not rich.
Oh my God. Well, neither are you, so it works out.
Oh, you're screwed because I'm poor and ugly.
No, so like Gemma, she gets assigned a roommate as soon as she gets there, and it's one of the scholarship students. We don't talk about that because this poor girl is really homely and sad, and she's doomed to like be a governess basically. But she's a charity case. That's the only reason she's at the school. And I will say, I still really enjoyed this book, but reading it as an adult, there were a couple things that really bothered me that are just kind of like brushed under the rug, sort of.
So it's like plot stuff, or is it like period? This was everyday life.
So things. The charity case girl, the scholarship student, she is a cutter, and like it's mentioned several times, and Gemma thinks it's bad. She wants her to stop, but she's also like kind of mean to her about it. Like, why are you so stupid? Why do you keep doing this to yourself? That's ridiculous. Not very understanding of why poor scholarship student is doing this. Granted, scholarship student has some flaws of her own that make her a really annoying character, but still, we need to sympathize with her plight here. She's like doomed to a lesser life than the rest of the girls that she's surrounded with, and she sees it every day, and she's just like
she's
numb. Yes, she's bullied like crazy. It's awful. And so yeah, she's a cutter, and it's just not really ever addressed, really.
No, it's literally Gemma goes, "Hey, stop doing that," and the girl's like, "Okay."
Yeah. And then at the end, she notices her wrist, and she's like, "Oh, there are no new marks. Good, it's done. It's fixed."
Yeah, like in this realm, in this special realm, she looked at her wrist and was like, "Oh, they're not there." Well, yeah, they're not there in the special realm.
Because we're in the magic realm where anything can happen, and she's beautified herself.
Wait, there's a magic realm too?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like, and then like the charity case is like at the end, she's like putting her hand over like open flames, and Gemma's like has this monologue on it, but says nothing to the girl.
Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, she's go ahead.
Yep, she's harming herself, but I'm not going to say anything because it's not cutting herself anymore. She's just burning herself now.
Yeah.
Because that's better.
I mean, it is worse.
Oh, God.
It's definitely worse.
But then another thing that really bothered me this time that I just, like my high school eyes just glazed over is one of her teachers, the French teacher, is a larger woman. And I think towards the beginning, like when this woman is first introduced, she's described as a woman who weighs like 200 pounds. Okay. Nowadays, 200 pounds is the average weight of a woman. It is average. I know it sounds like a lot, but 200 pounds really doesn't, it's not as much as it, I'm saying this wrong. Like a 200-pound woman is not a morbidly obese woman. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it sounds like a lot, but it looks natural.
And
the standards are different
anymore.
Yes.
Okay.
But every single fucking time, this one goddamn teacher is mentioned, we have to talk about her bulk or her massive caboose, and something has to be said about how large she is. They go to like a psychic reading, and they're amazed this man is hitting on her because she's so large and overflowing in the seat.
Some guys like that dump truck.
Oh my God, that's not my point.
So they need to get over that because most men like that dump truck.
And like I definitely understand that you have to take into account that she is writing for the time period,
right. And they're like corset era.
Yeah. But also like, Jesus Christ, do we have to draw attention to it every time? And even poor Anne, she's the scholarship student. At one point near the end, all the girls get naked and they're talking about how Anne's like trying to cover her bulging middle that she has that the other girls don't have. Like, dear God, why do we have to focus so much on these women and their weight? Like, Anne's already got enough problems. Can we not throw more onto her plate? Jesus.
Yeah, so like it's tiers of women. Like poor Anne is like at the very bottom, not marriageable. And then you've got Gemma, who's just kind of plain. And then you got Felicity, whose father is filthy rich, but she's got parent problems. And then you get Pippa, who's like gorgeous. She's
drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, but she's got epilepsy.
Yes. So she's tainted.
Yeah.
With that name.
So like I understand Pippa? Needing to Pippa. Needing to be historically accurate, but it did feel like very fat phobic at times.
I thought like, there was like back in high school, you've talked about this, that we loved it. Like we kind of glazed over it. Like it was great. This time around, being an adult reading it, I've mostly kind of like, there's a lot of stuff in here that is not acceptable. Like the bullying and the fat shaming and, well, not even fat shaming. It's just like our standards are different now.
Yeah.
Like back then you had to be tiny to even find a husband. Nowadays, nobody cares. Like we want to marry people for brains or laughter or whatever. And some people do like I love that my husband has weight on him.
Oh. I love a big burly man. I love it. Like I've never found gangly things attractive.
Gangly.
I haven't, like, I've always loved, like, you know, I don't know, like you give off like these what's the word I'm looking for here? You're powerful community. And sturdy and a bear.
It's called a bear.
You're a bear.
you want to say like snuggly and warm, but not like not unsexy way.
Yes. You're comforting so like and sexy. Yeah.
What is it? The charming? No, it's not charming. What's that laundry softener?
Charmin? The teddy bear?
You like that teddy bear, but sexy.
Snuggly?
Yeah, is it Snuggles?
Because Charmin's the
wait, no, Charmin is toilet paper. Yeah. Oops.
I think it's Snuggly or Snuggles.
Is it Snuggles? I know what you're talking about.
So, but that bear, but sexy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that bear being sexy.
Those commercials back in the day with him like hanging laundry and then sniffing it.
Yes.
Is there one where he like falls into like the dryer? No, into the washer, and then they put him in the dryer, and then he comes out all poofy.
I don't remember.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Probably. Yeah. It sounds right.
Yeah. I do remember the Sack Braff voiced the puppy for toilet paper once, but I don't know why I just remembered that.
What? Oh God.
So what's up with A Great and Terrible Beauty with the fucking magical
the magic?
How does the magic fall into you can't have any opinions?
So before Gemma's mother dies, she gives her this necklace that she's always worn, that's like an eye amulet thing. And they eventually compare it to the like logo of the Freemasons, and it was this organization or group called the Order, and it was sorceresses, which is magic people, beings, women.
Yeah. With opinions, or they can't have opinions.
They probably have opinions. Yeah. Okay. They're not your typical rule-abiding women who could cross in between the realms. So they basically like close their eyes and see a shining door, and they go through it into a realm where anything is possible, more or less. Yeah. And you can take magic from the realm into the real world and make things happen. So like at one point they make their headmistress and the girls that they don't like suddenly become naked in the classroom, and then they have like columns in the school that are covered in like nymphs and fairies and gargoyles and shit, and they make those things come alive. That's kind of bad, and it almost bites them in the ass. But but then like the magic starts to wane, and they have to like go back to the realm to get more back and forth. And there's this boy who I misremembered as being a gypsy, and he just blends in with the gypsies. Yeah. He's not an actual gypsy. He's from India. And he's like, did they ever describe in this book what the Rakshana is? I don't think they really explained that, but he's a member of the Rakshana.
No, they just really touched on the fact that he's trying to tell them not to go.
Yeah, he's trying to protect the world from the bad things that could happen from the realm visiting. And there's a villain called Cersei who's after Gemma.
Lannister?
Well, no, not that Cersei. It is pronounced Cersei, right?
That's how I pronounce it.
I thought so.
So every time you say
Greek mythology, Cersei, not Cersei Lannister. Cersei. Okay.
So every time that you say that they bring magic out from the realm, I just picture them like popping in, grabbing like a bundle, just running out.
No, that's not how it works. They touch runes and it like bleeds into their bodies, basically.
That's lamer than what I pictured.
Yeah, it is. Pretty fucking lame.
I always love when you talk about a book, like, because I always, when I read a book, I tell Will all of the story, like the whole thing. And as I'm telling it, it just sounds so ridiculous.
Right? But trust me, just read it and it'll make sense.
Yeah, like it's a good book. But the way I describe it, just like I go on tantrums of like, this is just and this is how this works. And he's like, why? I'm like, I don't know.
See, this is my favorite segment because Karen tells me like all this crazy shit that happens in these books, and I just
like girls turning into gargoyles.
Yeah, I just find it so fucking funny. Like, because it just goes instead of like the most logical, natural shit, I just go like very outlandish in my imagination, and it's just funny to me.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to my TED Talk about the Great and Terrible Beauty.
So, do you both have any more to say about Great and Terrible Beauty?
I'm definitely going to keep reading. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah. How? Well, we've already spoiled the girls. Or can we spoil the plot?
Yeah, I'll just.
I feel like it would be fine to spoil the plot of this one. Not
I'll
the
put
whole
an
series.
advisory at the beginning of the episode.
So, like, okay, so
they're so old. I mean, it's been almost 20 years now. But go ahead. Sorry.
That's true. Yeah, we're forewarning you guys. I'm about to ruin the crap out of this. So like they find this diary, and it's the diary of Mary, who's best friends with Cersei.
This is the diary of Jane.
Oh,
and it's written by a guy named
sorry.
Benjamin.
No, it's not.
You
He is
mean
broken.
Oh my god.
He is broken.
Hey,
Benjamin is broken.
That's a good song too. But like you read like they through the whole book they read pieces of the diary,
Mm-hmm.
and like if it's just it all repeats, like everything in the diary repeats to what they're doing now. It's like the diary is like 30 years old. It's from Gemma's mom. Like you find out later it's Gemma's mom, but she ends up killing a kid. Like literally, I did not remember that at all.
I totally forgot that too. She kills a little gypsy girl from the woods.
The mom or Gemma?
Gemma's mother, who dies at the beginning of the book when she was at the school and Mary Dowd. She killed a little gypsy girl from the woods to sacrifice to the realms, basically.
What the fuck?
Anyway, let Carmen continue. We're just gonna brush over that.
So,
yeah,
okay,
they lure her
no.
with promising her her dolly,
yeah,
and then they give her this trashy rag doll and kill her.
Yeah, like Sarah just throws her the doll.
The little trashy rag doll, and they stab her through the doll.
And this little girl's poor mother is still living in the woods when Gemma is at the school. Anyway.
Yeah,
this is horrific. And but you're saying that the diary like explains what's actually happening at the same time as what happened like how many years ago in the school?
It's like the same storyline happens. Like, so it's Mary and Sarah in the diary. That's the two main characters. Mary's like more of the constant, like, I want to kind of follow the rules, but she loves Sarah. And Sarah's like, I want power. I want power.
Yes, take me back to the realms and give me all the power.
Okay, so it's not like the exact same thing like Gemma's mom had a roommate that was a cutter and she said
no, Sarah wasn't a cutter. Sarah was just evil and power possessed.
But which is Felicity, which is one of the new girl, like one of the girls that's friends with Gemma. It's Felicity, who is like power. Oh, you want all the power for yourself? Take us to the realm. And then she goes and kills a deer.
Yeah, instead of a little girl. Thank goodness it's just a deer. But still, it's kind of fucked up. They all get naked to chase the deer. This sounds really ludicrous telling it this way, doesn't it?
It's like you have to pay a toll, just the soul, so you can grab another handful of life. And the main character's mom kills the little girl. She's like, I did it. Can I be more powerful? And then her roommate comes and is like, oh, all I did was kill a deer, and that was good enough.
But basically, these stupid little girls are reading this diary and seeing like all the horrible things that can come of doing what they're doing, and they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Gemma does kind of waver, especially with the deer thing, because she doesn't want to partake in the killing of the deer.
Oh, but she'll kill a child.
She's not the one who killed the child. Her mother did.
Still.
And she was appalled that her mother did that. And she does confront her mother because her mother's dead spirit is in the realms for a while. And she gets to talk to her about like, why didn't you prepare me for any of this?
Yep. That trope's always my favorite too. Hey, we're not going to tell our kids anything. We're going to wait until we die.
Yes.
And then our kids just get to deal with it.
Yes. Exactly.
You know who did that?
Who?
Naruto's dad.
Oh my God.
He He put a giant 9-tailed demon fox inside of his son's belly button, and then he was ostracized by the entire village.
Ew.
It's a long story. Maybe that's what you're going to read next after Dragon Ball. I feel like you would cry a lot on Naruto.
I'm good. I'll pass.
All right. So anything else before you guys give it a rating?
I don't know.
Okay. So let's start.
Make Carmen rate it first.
Okay, Carmen, what's your rating?
Okay, well, teenage me said 5. Adult me says 4 out of 5.
Teenage me said 5. An adult me still says 5, despite the things that really bothered me, because I'm trying to take into account when it was written, early 2000s, before the woke police came, and she was trying to be historically accurate. So if she continues down this path of ignoring self-harm and being fatphobic for the next 2 books, I can't remember if she does, then I might get more irritated. But God, I was like so invested, even remembering, and like there are things that I think I'm remembering now from the next 2 books that I can't wait to see if I remembered correctly.
Right.
Was that what you were reading on the way to the Anthem?
Yes, and yeah, I finished it today. Thank God.
I finished mine today too.
Okay, I didn't finish mine.
So I'll give a small extra spoiler for what I think is coming. At one point in the diary, no, not in the diary, the housekeeper, Bridget, she was the same housekeeper back when Mary and Sarah were at the school. So I mean, it's not been that long. And she said that she walked in on them like basically being intimate with each other. And I'm pretty sure I remember 2 girls of the friend group getting to that point.
I see.
Do you remember that, Carmen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's already touched it a bit.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
So what I'm gathering is that something's getting in the way. Something's just about to break.
Oh my God.
And they will try to find their place in the Diary of
Go
Jane.
Go away. The Diary of Mary.
I couldn't resist. All right. So 4 stars from Carmen and 5 stars from Karen.
But 5 stars from both of our teenage selves.
For A Great and Terrible Beauty.
Yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and get in some games and stuff. All right, so for this week's game, we have Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country is a 1994 platform game developed by Rare and published by Nintendo for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It is a reboot of Nintendo's Donkey Kong franchise and follows the gorilla Donkey Kong and his nephew Diddy Kong as they set out to recover their
Diddy's in this game?
Their stolen banana hoard from King K. Rool and the Kremlings. In 40 side-scrolling levels, the player collects items, defeats enemies and bosses, and finds secrets. And that's basically the whole plot.
I fucking hate Donkey and Diddy Kong. I hate them. I fucking hate them.
Okay, so I have right here 2 little figures like Donkey and Diddy right there.
Aww.
Right? I got these at Walmart one day. And
probably
they were like,
as a grown man.
Yes, as a grown man. They were like $3 a piece.
So why not?
So I grabbed them because fucking monkeys. I love monkeys. And they like to play a game that's called Hide in Keratin's bookshelf. So sometimes they disappear on their own and they go hide in her bookshelves. And then it takes sometimes weeks or months for Keratin to find them in the bookshelf.
I hate him.
No, you don't. You love those 2 monkeys. And it's funny because there's been times where Keratin has done reels or taken pictures.
And I didn't fucking realize they were there until I've already posted it.
And the monkeys are in the fucking
Piss
reel.
me the hell off.
Now I'm going to have to watch all your Instagram reels and photos and look for them.
So pissed.
There was one where you're like pulling books and like, I like this one, I hate this one, or whatever. So like shit like that. And Donkey's like right there.
Right there. And I realized it as soon as I posted it. I was so mad. He was in the bathroom taking a shit, and I go to the door, I'm like, "You fucker, what the hell are you doing?" And he's like, what did I do? And then I tell him and he's like, oh, it's been there for like a month.
That's amazing.
It's very funny. I love those monkeys. They're my best friends. So why did you pick Donkey Kong Country for us to talk about?
It was probably one of the first games that really got me into, because we had a Super Nintendo, and I remember very distinctly Donkey Kong Country, Scooby-Doo, nobody judge me, okay? And Lion King.
Jesus Christ, the Lion King. That would be a good game for the show if I had the patience for it.
I can't. So, okay, my distinct memory from the Lion King, sorry to get on a tangent, is that the level of I just can't wait to be king and jumping on all the animals' faces and trying to get past it. I couldn't beat it.
Faces.
Yeah, I couldn't beat it as a child. I can't beat it as an adult still.
It's just super, super hard. It's very difficult. Wow, that would be a fun game to watch you play, Carden.
It would probably make me sick like everything else.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. It would just make you very frustrated and mad.
I don't like being frustrated and mad.
Yeah, it makes me feel inadequate. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's that bad. So you grew up playing Donkey Kong Country.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Yes. Like that was my one of my first games of my own. Like other than like Galaga was probably the very first game I ever played. Galaga or Gauntlet. But I love Gauntlet. I love Gauntlet.
Great. It's such a fun game.
But yeah.
I would have to find Gauntlet to show it to you, Karen. So
yeah, I don't think I know what that is.
Yeah, no. So I when I was growing up, I had this dentist they had the office near my dad's shop. So every once in a while, my parents would send me down there to get my teeth cleaned.
They sent you alone?
Yeah. Or to have my cavities checked. Yeah, because it was like a block away.
Still.
They would call ahead, give them all my information, be like, he's gonna be there, so just call his name and he'll go inside.
I wouldn't have fucking gone. I would have gone somewhere else.
So I would go there, and they had like this blocked off area. It was like a kids play area, and they had a little CRT TV with a Super Nintendo and Donkey Kong. And that was the only reason I would go to the dentist's office, was just that I could play Donkey Kong.
Oh my God.
And the last time that I went, the TV was off. The Super Nintendo was gone. And I was like, okay, no. So I'm never coming back here again. So they would send me over to the dentist's office, and I would not go afterwards because no more Donkey Kong. Yeah, I remember this game. It was hard as shit. It was very difficult.
Okay, I have to ask, when you played, did you use the replay feature?
I safe scummed. So I used the create the save point and reload and create the save point and reload. So I got till the icy monkey top part. That's all the snow
icy
levels.
Monkey top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, because there's like 6 or 7 different worlds. So I was on like 5, so I had like 2 left. And
shame.
I was fucking furious.
Shame.
That first level in that area with the barrels, that you got to line them perfectly to shoot, and then they're spinning and coming up and down, and in between there's fucking bees at the same time. Yeah.
There are things that I remember from like my original playthrough, like one of the minecart ones where there's always that one jump that you have to perfectly make where you go past the minecart. I died so many times. And in the beginning, I was trying not to use any cheating. I would go back to level 1. I would get the 3 lives. I would go back. and then like I got halfway through the game and I started using the replay feature. And I was like, yeah, why would I will never go play this on my actual Super Nintendo. I will keep playing this on the Switch.
Yeah, no, and it plays great on the Switch. I mean, the only thing that I hate is that I use the Pro controller all the time because it feels comfortable. Because I got these giant Donkey Kong hands, and I need a beefy controller to hold. Because the little Joy-Cons just give me fucking bad cramps.
He doesn't do well with those.
No, so and I feel like the D-pad on the Pro controller is way too low.
Mm-hmm.
So I yeah, right there, that D-pad, I feel like it's way too low. So I had to use the save scum because I was not going to.
You need to clean this controller.
It is dirty.
It's very dirty.
That controller went truck driving with me.
It looks like my earbuds.
Oh, gross.
That's the thing about gaming, though. Like, you read a book, your hands never get sweaty or whatever. But
Exactly.
but video gaming, you're just like oozing sweat.
Can you imagine if your hands did get sweaty while reading? All your books would have crinkly pages.
It would be so gross. You wouldn't touch
It would
it.
be awful.
And then it would like change the colors of the pages. You'd be so angry. I'd be so mad.
I think the worst part is that your shelves would smell like beef.
I would never keep any of my books. They'd all be going to bright light.
Getting sweaty reading a book.
There goes my dream of a library.
This game, it's great. I loved the game. This is like the first time ever in my entire life where I said, okay, I'm gonna be Donkey Kong, which I didn't do.
I was Diddy Kong the whole time. He jumps better.
Yeah, he jumps better. And the cartwheel, you have a bigger hitbox for the enemies.
Yep. I was like, I would switch to Donkey Kong to jump on the monsters that only could be killed by him. But other than that, I was always Diddy.
No.
But Cranky Kong, he's the best thing that sells this game. His commentary, oh my goodness.
What does Cranky Kong look like?
Okay, so let me get you a picture of Cranky Kong. Just so you know, Karen, Cranky Kong is the original Kong from the OG.
Oh, I've seen this person before.
Yeah, the old man, Cranky Kong.
Oh, dear.
So you know the arcade machine for Donkey Kong where you're Mario and you're jumping and climbing ladders to get to Donkey Kong who's holding Pauline hostage?
Yeah.
That Donkey Kong is this one. It's Cranky Kong.
Oh, okay.
And
looks like Gandalf Kong.
Gandalf Kong, Jesus Christ. Come on, Karen.
I have to take everything back to it, you know.
So I in preparation for this episode, I watched a whole video explaining, it's called The Iceberg of Donkey Kong Country, and it explains basically everything about Donkey Kong there's to explain. So fan theory is that, well, it's confirmed that this one is the old
Cranky
Kong from the original arcade King Kong, Donkey Kong game. And this one is Donkey Kong Jr. So,
okay.
So it technically is a sequel to the original arcade game.
Okay.
And Diddy Kong is his nephew. So, and that's Diddy Kong. Dixie is Diddy Kong's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Cranky is very
Cranky.
Yes. And he always puts down Donkey Kong. Like
not cool.
He makes backhanded comments.
He hits him with his cane.
Back
in my day, comments constantly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So monkeys are like people.
Basically. Basically. And there's a hypersexualized monkey girl.
Oh dear.
That's Donkey's girlfriend. Let me get a picture of her for you so you can see her.
Her hair is like a helicopter.
That's Dixie Kong. So yeah. This is Candy Kong.
Oh
my God. What the fuck?
Yeah.
She looks like Mrs. Piggy.
She's the save file.
She's horrifying.
She's horrifying in the game too.
Oh dear.
She is a sexy monkey.
She's creepy.
No, thank you. That's disgusting. What the hell?
That's like Jessica Rabbit for donkeys.
Yeah.
For Donkey Kong.
Monkeys.
For Donkey Kong.
For Donkey Kongs. Okie dokie. I didn't need to see that.
So her function in the game is she lets you save the game. So if you find Candy's hut, you can go in and save the game in a barrel. Cranky gives you
other things, I'm sure.
Yes. So Cranky gives you advice on how to beat the bosses that are coming up. And Funky Kong lets you jump into a barrel with wings and a nose like an airplane and flies you to the other areas that you've been in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This sounds ridiculous.
It's pretty hilarious.
It's very funny. So as the games go on, they keep adding more and more Kongs. And there's a baby Kong.
Okay.
And the funniest thing that I ever learned about the Donkey Kong franchise is that there's a game called Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. And in that game, you're playing on the bongos, on the Donkey Kong bongos. and the objective is to beat up other Kongs. So they're evil, bigger Kongs that you get to fight, and the goal is to kill them all. So Donkey can be the supreme Kong of Donkey Kong Island.
Okay. Sounds like a really fun game.
It's super funny.
Sounds primitive.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very primitive. Donkey is very primitive, as even though he has a tie and he is running for senator for the state of Utah, he is still a very primitive individual. He's a polygamist too. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So tell me what did you like about this game? What did you hate? Tell me everything, Carmen.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, my favorite thing, of course, is Crazy Kong, just because he's hilarious. And like, he's like, back in my day, I beat this game in an hour and one life, which I think I was at 2.5 hours, 52% on the Kongs collecting. And it was just, I was like, I'm not going back for this. My least favorite thing, of course, is the jumps to get some of the letters for Kongs, because it's like they will put them at the lowest and you have to jump down and somehow get back up on a platform with it.
So
but I do like this.
You have to like roll off the edge, and as soon as you touch the letter, jump so you can make the jump on the gap.
Sounds super easy.
It's so annoying. Especially when they put an enemy on the other side.
Yes. And that's like the one letter you need. But like my one of my other favorite things about this game is like all of the hidden stuff. Like the very first level, if you come out, it like kicks you out of the house. And if you go back in the house, there's a life. So you're like, there's like secrets hidden everywhere. Like if you jump high enough in one spot, you get a new world, and you like get ostriches and rhino pieces to then go into another world and get more lives. Of course, the underwater world, they weren't as bad as I remembered. Like, I'm one of those people that hate any underwater world. Like, just don't do it, people. Wow, I hate you for that.
Oh my gosh.
You should have never made an underwater world, even if you gave me a seahorse. I don't care. Don't do it.
See, I don't remember many of the underwater worlds. I did one on this last little bit that I managed to play, and I had to save scum the entire time, because what kept getting me were the fucking octopuses that are
they like spinning around.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them spinning around, and like one would be going clockwise and the other one would be going counterclockwise, but it would kind of like meet at the same point. So you were trying to get through that one part, but they would just meet right there where you were trying to get through. And then after that, I managed to get through that, and then there was a fucking clam spitting pearls everywhere.
A clam.
Oh yeah. My least favorite one was like the octopus, where it's like one's chasing you, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna dip into this hole to like let him go by, but then he dips in the hole too because another one's coming out of some other space. So you're like, okay, so I shouldn't have dipped in that hole, but on another level, I dipped in that hole.
See, and then there's also the Aztec ruins where the beavers are like riding around in those giant wheels.
I cracked up. I was like, this is great.
There was one that started chasing me, and I let him hit me, so I lost Diddy, and I was Donkey Kong. And when I reached the end of the section to jump over him, I couldn't. So I had to die so that I could retry that again. The first, I'm not sure if it's the first boss, but there's a boss that is literally just a giant beaver that you have to jump on his head.
That's so stupid.
Let me see if I can find it. The giant beaver on Donkey Kong.
At the very end, like right before credits roll, it tells you the name of everybody. And the name's
oh my god, that thing is horrifying. What the fuck? It looks like the ROUS.
Yes. There's the ostrich one too, is pretty funny. I think it's an ostrich, or maybe it's a flamingo.
It's wearing like basketball shoes and whatnot.
What the fuck?
Yeah, right there.
What the fuck? It looks like that ostrich or emu from TikTok. The evil one that keeps trying to attack that lady.
Which one were you saying, Carmen, before the animals that we were talking about?
The flamingo?
No. I forgot what it was, but there was something you said that I thought was funny that I wanted to add on to.
Like the credits rolling the names.
Oh, yes, the credits rolling. So when you fight King K. Rool at the end and you beat him, he does the fake death where, you beat him, hey, credit roll. And all the names are like variations of the word Kremling, which are the names of the evil crocodiles that you have to fight.
Oh, they're crocodiles too?
Yeah.
Jeez.
There's sharks, there's fish.
And octopi.
Octopi.
And octopi.
Let's see. These are the Kremlin.
They look like Ninja Turtles. Okay.
And this is King K. Rool.
Oh my God. I've seen that dude before. I think you've shown me a video with him before.
I might have. And these little Kremling claptrap thingies, they chase you around. There's some special, there's some special stages where they're like walking around on the bottom and you have to jump on them. And every time you jump on them, they throw out bananas. And the goal is to jump on them as much as possible so you can get as much bananas as
without
possible.
Getting bit.
Yeah. Without getting bit.
Okay.
It's hilarious. There's the levels that like you have to hit the lights. So it's like immediately on go and all the monsters are going pretty fast. And then you have to hit stop for them to like fall asleep. But it's on a timer, so you have to like haul butt past them.
Yeah.
I need to know who the fuck this lady is with the pink fro in the top right.
I want to see a pink fro.
I think she's from the cartoon show.
Oh.
Let me see here. Calypso.
What is this? Pirates of the Caribbean?
Let me see here. I have the wiki link. I'll send it to you. Yeah, Calypso. This is from Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. Oh, that's the other Donkey Kong game. This is the racing one with barrels.
She looks like one of the flag chicks. She's just gonna like throw up the flag, like, oh, let's race Fast and Furious style.
See, okay, so this one with the red eyes right here is the one that Carmen was talking about, where you have to hit the barrels for go and stop.
Okay.
And you cannot damage them. So you have to literally hit the barrel or they will damage you.
Great.
And I thought that stage was pretty fun. I think that was one of the many stages that I was like, okay, if I do this really fast, then it's going to be a lot of fun. And it was like that. Those stages that encourage the momentum for you to keep going fast are great.
I love the mine one. That's one of my favorites, just purely because it's go. It's constant go.
Yep. The minecart ones. I really like the minecart ones, even though some of the jumps were absolute fucking bullshit.
Oh my God. Look, I am a rage gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I will scream and cuss at the TV. And then once I'm done, I'm like, calm. I'm like, this was great. I loved all of this. But the whole time I'm raging, my husband's like, I don't know if I should talk to you or not. I'm like, no, it's safe not to. If I'm dying repetitively, I'm like, please don't talk to me.
See, someday the kids are going to learn some of those words that you're screaming at the TV.
Oh, so funny story about Leon. When he was going to daycare in Minnesota, one of the teachers was like, Leon's cussing. And I'm like, what? He's 2. And we weren't playing at that time because, we kind of cut out gaming and reading for a period of time when Leon was little because we didn't have time.
First child, don't know what you're doing yet.
Exactly. Eli were like, see ya, dude. But, no, I'm kidding. But I was like, what are you talking about? We're not cussing. We don't do that. We're really careful. And she's like, yeah, he just keeps saying, fuck it. And I'm like, what? But then like we thought about it more. And later on, that's how he said glasses. Like, because
that's a creative kid. Kid.
I was like, I don't know where he got it from. I don't know why he says it like that, but that's how he said glasses.
That's amazing.
That's very
like,
funny.
I love
with
it.
With sunglasses, he'd be like, fuck it. Come on. And like hold his hand up, fuck it. We're like, oh, Lord, help us.
That's amazing.
That's very funny.
I love it.
Now, going back to Donkey Kong, have you played the original arcade Donkey Kong game?
Yes. Yes.
And there being such a big difference between these two games, which one would you rather play?
I know that if your viewers watch this, y'all might get a lot of hate emails for my choice, but I love Country. I love Donkey Kong Country. Like,
that makes two of us. I cannot deal with the original arcade game. It's so hard.
No, like if my husband built like a custom arcade machine and it has a whole bunch of games on it. Of course, it's probably not all legal. But
I mean, as long as he has the cartridges in physical, he can have the ROMs. So he does have the cartridges, and it is.
He does. He does.
Yes, he does. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And he like has 1,000 games on there, and I will never pick Donkey Kong above some of the other. Like I will play Gauntlet all day. I will play Galaga all day. I will never pick Donkey Kong first.
It is such a hard game. And the thing is that I was really, really good at the Donkey Kong 1994 game for the Game Boy, which is literally the arcade game, except longer with more levels. And I try to go back to that arcade machine and I just get my ass beat so bad. So I'll stick with Country. I really like Country a lot.
It's good. Like I like the take on it. It's comical. I love a good funny game. Like one of my other favorite series is like Fable, and that's just like a hilarious open world kind of game. So anything that like tickles my funny bone, I'm there for.
So I can, and I didn't show you the intro of the game, but the intro is like Cranky Kong is like spinning one of those old record players with the giant speaker on top. So he's playing it, and he's standing on top of the girders for the original Donkey Kong game. And Donkey Kong like jumps out of the sky and kicks him off with a boombox, and he starts dancing the hip hop.
Oh my god!
And you see from the corner Cranky just like waving his cane at him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is like gentle music too. Like when it starts with Cranky, I forgot about the music. The music is so good too.
The music is very good. I do find the water level music kind of infuriating because it's so calm and I am so fucking tense during those stages that I just turn off the fucking music.
Go. Why is this not like techno? Do something.
Exactly. Just give me more of that good old British hip hop music.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get this rated. Carmen, what do you think? What's your rating? What do you want to say?
He does 1 out of 10 for games.
Yes, 1 out of 10 for games.
Oh, snap. I forgot I had to rate this one. I was like, with Goodreads, I just automatically do it. Oh, snap. I don't know. It was everything I wanted it to be. And with the replay feature, I was not as angry as I would have been if I had to play it OG style. So
yeah,
I'm going to give it a 10. I love it. I was like, I know that's probably God tier, but like there are some.
Hey, you are entitled to your own opinion. So if you think it's God tier, you tell the world it's God tier.
See, I think that the second one is better because they did add a lot, but this game is still just it's what 2022, and this game came out in what was it 94, 91? It says here 94, and this game is still just as playable as it was back in the day.
Oh yeah.
It might look a little bit ugly, but this game is still a fucking 10. It is something.
It's a lot bit ugly.
It's a lot bit.
Yeah,
ugly.
it is a lot bit ugly. Like you can't even make out Candy's figure.
No, it's just like a blob of pixels.
Especially that Alligator King dude.
King
that's real bad.
Yeah, when he throws his crown, it does not look good. You're like, what is that coming at me?
So yeah, this is a 10 for me too. Even though 2 is arguably better, this game is still just it's fun. It's just plain stupid fun. And with the save feature and the reload feature for the Switch, this game is just that much better.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's a great game. I didn't finish it, but I am going to finish it because I need to
finish it tonight before you pick up fucking Cybertron again.
Cybertron?
Not Cybertron. Cyberpunk. Cybertron is his favorite game store. I don't know if y'all frequented that when you lived here, but it was like literally across the street from where you used to live.
We did.
Okay. I was like, you could have walked there.
Yep. We would go there, and then Jeremiah's.
I love it. I love it. Oh, hubby.
Yeah, I went to Cybertron yesterday. I couldn't find anything that I didn't already
It was a
own.
miracle. He left with nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Cyberpunk, not Tron.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to get back into those Cyberpunk episodes. I have so much to tell you.
You know what I can't wait to do?
What?
Talk about some food.
You want to talk about some food?
I want to talk about some food.
Carmen, do you want to talk about some food?
Always.
All right. So, do you want to introduce the segment?
It's time for Give Me the Garbage.
All right. That is Give Me the Garbage.
Is the popular chain Sonic Drive-In. Woo!
Rolling around at the speed of sound. I got places to go.
No, not that Sonic. No, not this one's red, and it's not called Knuckles.
It doesn't run fast.
Because what lies ahead, only one way to find out.
Does Sonic ever use rollerblades?
A Shadow does. They're hover blades.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Not
they
rollerblades.
could be cousins.
So
we fucked up. We should have done a Sonic game instead of Donkey Kong.
Y'all really did.
Oh my
you
goodness.
Really did. Shame.
We should have done Dairy Queen and then done a Sonic episode.
That could be for next time.
Yeah, because
there
you go.
Karen's been asking for Dairy Queen.
I have ever since we were talking about Dairy Queen.
Flamethrower, y'all. Flame.
But the chicken one, right?
The chicken. Get the chicken. They'll be like, it's kind of a secret menu item, but it's so much better with the chicken.
Because I've only had the burger.
Do not do the burger. It's a lie. It's a false. Please eat it with chicken, y'all. Chicken.
I told him we have to go garbage it because we haven't garbage Dairy Queen yet. So, and we've honestly only ever eaten a meal.
Like once?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it was just because we didn't know what we wanted.
Like back home, we're used to Dairy Queen having food.
Yeah, because it was the best Dairy Queen.
Yeah, but and a lot of them don't have food. They just have
a lot of them are just treats.
Ice cream.
For some reason, I do remember eating at Dairy Queen once after we moved here. I think you might have been in Georgia. And I had a flamethrower and I hated it, but I was also very nauseous and I have no idea why.
Well, anyway, we're not reviewing Dairy Queen right now. So let's segue back to Sonic. So I feel like I don't remember why it came up, but I mentioned to like several people that we were reviewing Sonic this week and they're like, why are you going to Sonic? I'm like, because we were trying to find somewhere that both of us had that Carmen wouldn't have to go 1,000,000 miles to get to because she's got 2 kids. We can do whatever the fuck we want, but she might be a little bit more limited than us. So yeah, we went to Sonic and we only ever get drinks at Sonic. So this was an interesting experience. I remember the last time we ate there was like back towards when we first started dating. It's like almost 5 years ago now because we lived near-ish one then and he was fucking craving a chili dog one night. So we went to Sonic and he's like, this is terrible. But it's what he wanted.
Yeah, we were in my old Lancer.
Yes.
That was all rusted to shit.
Yes.
Smelled like cigarettes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Mitsubishi, right? Lancer?
Yeah.
Yes. It was a terrible car.
Little piece of shit cost me $4,000 and they gave me like
$300 for parts when he got rid of it.
Oh no. That's like your bug.
Yeah. Oh my God. We won't even talk about the fucking bug. Oh, that was a nightmare.
And I had to get rid of the car. If I would have gotten in a car accident, I was going to die.
Yeah.
That shit was rust.
I remember one day I had to drive it to work for some reason. I think it was maybe after my accident and maybe I didn't have the rental yet. I don't remember why I had to drive it, but it was cold. The one fucking day in Florida that it's cold, I had to drive the damn Lancer to work and it didn't have any fucking heat. So I had a blanket in my lap and I was just shivering all the way to work. It was awful. Okay, but anyway, Sonic. So we used to go to the Sonic near the airport because we thought that was the closest one to us. And it is the fucking worst Sonic ever. The worst employees, the worst service, the longest wait times. I mean, it's just not even worth it. I love their drinks, but it's not worth it. But then we realized that we're idiots. And there's actually one closer to us than that one. In good old Oviedo, where Oviedo's kind of like, I feel like the closest thing to South Georgia in the Orlando area, because it's kind of hometowny, it's very white,
You're thinking about Ocoee.
No, Ocoee is not like South Georgia. Oviedo is. It's kind of like a little farming community, sort of ish in places.
If you say so.
So I honestly think that the only reason this meal was decent was because we went to that one. So I had the supersonic double bacon cheeseburger with tater tots because I used to love their mozzarella sticks and I thought I was upset. What?
Did that come with Chaos Emerald?
Shut up. I used to think that I love their mozzarella sticks, but over the years I've discovered that they're actually not good at all. So I got tater tots. And we got the sauced jumbo popcorn chicken to share, but I hated it because he got honey barbecue sauce. And what did you get?
I got the bacon on bacon quarter pounder double cheeseburger,
which is a limited thing that they have right now.
Minuscule.
He was so sad when we took our burgers out of the bag. He's like, "Oh, this one's yours, and this one's mine," because it was huge. It was opposite. His was the tiny one, and mine was the massive one.
Smaller than
it was so much bigger.
The size of a crystal little.
A little bit bigger. A little bit.
There y'all go.
Think like a McDouble. It was like that versus
but smaller.
Yeah.
It was packed with bacon though.
Versus like a double quarter pounder on crack.
Yeah. And I had the Alaska pollock fish sandwich,
which is also a limited time thing right now. We also panic ordered that at the end because we made our whole order and then we had to make another order because he really wanted to try it. Yeah.
I hadn't. I wish I hadn't. Okay, so what did you have, Carmen?
Okay, so drink wise, I ordered a vanilla Coke.
Okay.
Food wise, I ordered the foot long chili cheese dog and chili cheese tots. And then for dessert, I ordered a Reese's peanut butter shake.
Very nice. I wish we'd had room for dessert, but we didn't.
Yeah. Karen showed me the picture of the hot dog. I told her, "Is that a foot long?" It almost looked like a 10-foot long. That shit was massive.
I don't know how she eats that thing.
When I was pregnant with Eli, I ate 2.
Oh my God. That's so hard to believe.
That was what I craved with him. It was so weird.
Chili dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe you should start introducing him to Sonic. He might find
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes, a kindred spirit. Go fast, eat chili dogs.
I will introduce him to the Sonic with the babies.
With the babies?
Yeah, like the Sonic where you have like the little babies that you feed crystals and they become like little like
devil babies.
My
God.
The chow. The chow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Start him off with the bad game.
That's the only part I loved.
Yeah, the rest of the game was bad. That's the game. That's Sonic Adventure 2, the one with that song that I love.
Oh, the 40. One you sing all the time.
Yeah, that's the game. That stage is the only good stage in the entire game. The rest is bad.
Okay.
So okay, so
we forgot to say our drinks. I got a cherry limeade because I'm a cherry limeade hoe.
And I got the grape slush with Nerds candy.
Because he's a grape slush Nerds candy hoe.
Yeah, I love Nerds candy and everything. So Sonic used to have a variety of hot dogs. They had an All-American, which was relish, mustard, and ketchup. Awful. They had the chili dog, which is decent, and they had a Chicago dog, which was actually really fucking good, but they took it out of the menu.
Is that I think that's the one my husband is it sauerkraut? Is that the one? Or is that the New York dog?
That's the New York dog.
Yeah.
So the Chicago dog is pickle spear, tomato, celery, salt, onions, sport peppers, and
Mustard. Yeah.
And relish.
Yeah. But it's different relish. It's not pickle relish.
It's cucumber relish.
Yeah. It's like lime green or like neon green.
Neon green.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So theirs used to be really good. That's what introduced me to Chicago dogs. That's what made me fall in love with them. And then they took it away from us.
That's okay. We have a good Chicago dogs place nearby.
Yeah. Or if not, I can make them.
Yes. As we learned Friday night.
Yeah. But the tater tots, you both had tater tots. Karen, you
the
had
tater
them
tots were pretty good. Yeah.
Were they?
They were nice and crispy. Good amount of salt. I just wish they'd stayed hot. We were kind of eating rather slowly and they got cold pretty fast. Yeah. But they were good. I mean, I have nothing to complain about tater tots. Nothing.
What about you, Carmen?
Oh, I love them because, mine's covered in chili cheese. So they're a little bit softer. They're not as hard because,
Gonna get a little bit soggy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I eat them. I love them.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of tater tots. And
did you even taste mine?
I did.
You did.
And it was cold and tasteless and greasy.
Oh my God. It really wasn't that greasy.
I guess that one was. They saved all
your
the
fries were better?
No, they were trash too. My fries were absolute crap. The bacon on bacon quarter pounder was actually pretty good.
See, I think the bacon was the least favorite part of my burger.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was very crunchy, salty.
You know what it tasted like? It tasted like Wawa bacon to me. It was like chewy instead of crunchy.
Take that back.
Yeah.
No. Y'all are gonna judge me, but I like soft bacon.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sorry.
Unholy blasphemer.
I do not like crispy bacon. Y'all.
I like my bacon basically burnt sometimes. I need it to be crispy as fuck. Oh
no,
how?
I like soft, chewy bacon.
Why? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Listener, if you're still there, thank you for sticking around. But I don't blame you if you.
I mean, this is a long fucking episode, so super thank you. But yeah, thank you if you stuck through the soft bacon versus crunchy bacon conversation.
Please forward me any
complaints.
Any complaints.
Oh.
So going back to the burger, the patties were thin.
I took a picture because it was so funny to me. The patties were like as thin as the fucking bacon. It was a joke.
So the patties were this thin.
They were so thin.
They were like as thin as a coaster.
It was
and
a piece
about
of paper.
big.
The buns were way thicker. I mean, okay, buns are normally thicker than patty, but I mean the bun looked like
they're like
I don't even know.
Steak and Shake burgers.
Yeah. I think Steak and Shake might even be bigger.
Ooh.
Steak and Shake burgers are little.
Yeah.
They're little and thin. He won't eat there.
No.
He says it's like a quarter of the food that he needs to be full.
I have to eat like 20 of them burgers to feel full. And opposed to White Castle or Crystals, which I just need like 6 or 8. I would
6 or 8.
I would need like 20 of Steak and Shake.
See, when you go to White Castle or Crystals, you get your chicken and you throw it in the trash.
What?
Chicken? What?
Your Crystals, whatever you get from Crystals, just throw in the trash.
Wait, no. No.
Crystals is trash.
It's hot trash.
Compared to White Castle, it is. I feel like Crystals has good days and bad days. Just like your sister, Crystal. Good days and bad days. But after having White Castle,
no good days.
Shut up. After having White Castle, yeah, Crystal is definitely like super, super subpar.
My sister
sometimes
is,
you
yeah.
just shut up. Sometimes you just crave Crystals. You just crave having the runs. Sometimes.
Okay, so back to the supersonic bacon double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
With the side of Chaos Emeralds. How was that?
Wait, what? The side of Chaos Emeralds?
Sonic needs the Chaos Emeralds to become supersonic.
Oh my God. So that burger was really, really big. It was way bigger than I was expecting. I did the thing where I took the first bite and I couldn't get like the whole thing in my mouth. But it was tasty. I normally don't really like mustard on my burgers anymore, and it was very mustard heavy. But I felt like it worked, and it kind of disguised the not so palatable bacon, if that makes sense. It was not a bad burger. It was not amazing, but the cheese was melted really well, and all the flavors meshed together well enough that I almost ate the whole thing. Almost. It was too big. It was way too big.
Yeah, you gave me a bite and that shit was cold.
Yeah, he threw it away. I thought he was gonna finish it. No. He threw it away.
Tell me about the chili dog, Carmen.
Oh, it's delicious, but I had about 2 bites of it between finishing my tots and trying some of my husband's meal. I didn't finish it.
You ate your tots first?
Oh yeah. I don't know
why.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they would get soggy faster, so
I think I've done it because usually they have to like, not a lot of people get their chili cheese footlongs, so the hot dog always comes out really hot. So I always like eat the tots first and then I'll go to the hot dog.
That makes sense.
But I don't know. I wasn't really feeling Sonic that day, so I didn't really eat my hot dog.
I'm sorry.
Whose idea was it to go to Sonic?
Fine.
It was, we came up with it together.
Yeah, it was mutual.
It was both of us. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We should have really played.
Because she was like, "Do you have Sonic?" And I was like, "We do, and we've never reviewed it, and we need to. So let's do Sonic."
You know, it's funny that we got featured on the Sonic Instagram page.
We did, like way back when we first started the podcast, because he got a grape slush with nerds, and he took off the lid, and it was just piled high with nerds. So he made me take a picture of it. We posted it on the Instagram, and they asked us if they could repost it, and they did. We didn't get any new followers from it, but
we got one.
That was a great day. This slush did not look like that one.
No. The problem with the slush is that if you let it sit too long, the nerds dissolve, and then you get like extra sweet grape slush, which isn't bad, but I want that nerds crunch the entire time.
And the thing is, I really, really, really fucking love their cherry limeade. I mean, like, I would kill for some Sonic cherry limeade, but it is so inconsistent. It's either too Sprite heavy or too cherry heavy or flat or like one time. Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, it's not right, and it's sad.
Yeah, it's the same way with vanilla Coke.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like too sugary. It's too sweet. Too much like vanilla.
Yeah, it's so sad. I hate it.
Yeah, no, the grape slush is always perfect, except you can't let it sit. So the Alaskan pollock fish sandwich was awful. It was really, really
bad.
Was it greasy and like soggy?
Yeah.
And
tasteless. It just tasted like a bun and like burnt grease.
Ew.
And flakes of crunchy fish skin.
Yeah, you couldn't even taste the tartar sauce on it.
It barely had any.
Oh, well.
It barely had any. And the pickles had gotten hot, so they were at that weird point where pickles are kind of like rubbery and crunchy at the same time. It is the worst thing. And then it looked like they had just pulled the fish patty out and just put it directly into the bun, because at the end, everything was fucking grainy. The last bite I took, it was just like goopy sand. I ended up throwing it out. It was awful. That shit was absolute trash.
It didn't taste like fish at all.
No, tasted like nothing. Now, do we want to
wait? Carmen's milkshake.
Oh yeah, the milkshake.
Okay. Well, let me complain, because here's my thing about milkshakes, right? If I cannot suck it through a goddamn straw, it's fucking ice cream.
Yes, it's a concrete, right?
Yeah.
A concrete.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to order a shake and let it sit for over an hour just to suck it down my damn straw.
What the fuck? More than an hour?
Yeah. I got home. Wow. So I went and picked up my kids from daycare. I came home and I spoon fed it to my 1-year-old.
Oh no.
He didn't get a lot of it. I'm not like sugarcoating my kids.
But oh no, I'm not judging you. Well,
no,
I don't know if anybody else would. We're definitely not judging you.
But like, I had to spoon some and let him have some, spoon it. And I'm like, look, y'all, it's a shake. That's ridiculous. I don't want it thick. I just want to be able to drink it. But it was nice too, but It did taste good. The bit I like sucked out eventually. It comes with like,
she doesn't like to suck them thick ones.
Hey.
I'm sorry. You left it wide open.
I have no problem. Sucking large ones, or thick ones.
Oh God.
So what is this part right here called?
What?
Is this your jaw?
Sure.
Does your suction area still hurt from sucking on the straw?
Yeah.
For making the fish face.
Oh, like, yeah. Well, sometimes you just cramp.
Oh God.
You transition to a different part and then you come back to it later.
Oh my God.
We're still talking about the shake, y'all.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yep. Oh dear.
So glad my family's not going to listen to this.
All right. So do we want to rate this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Karen, you go first.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
All right, Carmen, what about you?
I agree. It was okay.
You think it was meh?
It was meh.
It was worse than
meh.
Okay.
Tiny sandwich, awful fish. The jumbo sauce popcorn shrimp was okay.
Yeah, you ate all of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I only ate one piece. Oh.
Yeah.
If you'd gotten a different sauce, I may have eaten more.
If it probably was buffalo, I wouldn't have touched it.
You don't like buffalo?
No, I don't.
Well, I don't like honey barbecue.
Well, you know what I don't like?
You.
Our Patreon supporters.
Oh my God.
Dang, I was gonna slip it in there. I was gonna be like, you know what? Y'all's Patreon supporters.
No, we love our Patreon supporters.
We can't insult one who just emailed us for the first time.
I think he insulted y'all enough.
I mean, yeah, he said that we don't need any more Lord of the Rings content, so we can't be friends.
That's an attack.
See, the secret is that I'm the one that sent that email in, not Will. Because technically I am Will.
Split personality.
Yep. I have a whole family and everything in Texas that you don't know about, Karen.
Because every time I try to get him to watch Lord of the Rings, he complains and he's like, why? I've seen it before. I don't need to see it again. This is stupid. You suck.
Is it the extended or the normal?
It's always the extended. Always. You can't do anything else.
No, that's the only answer. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some housekeeping. So first off, patreon.com/anovelconsole, $2 a month gets you access. We did Mario Day this past Thursday. We played the Mario dating game, and Karen picked a lucky bachelor from the Mario universe to live with her forever. So he's actually in the kitchen making us dinner right now. So we got to finish wrapping this up because I think he texted us that the food was ready like half an hour.
Oh my God. Just go. Just no.
Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget that you can also tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major podcast streaming platforms, or that they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, which we'd be ever so grateful. I still fucking hate that.
You still haven't changed it.
No, it would also be awesome if you could leave reviews on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts so that more people can find us. You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com and we will read your email on the show. And our art was done by Metamorphic. She's on Instagram. Her link is in the show notes. Carmen, anything you would like to plug at this point?
Just my Instagram at pride_and_ pages. You can follow me there. I post usually 5 days a week.
Sweet. And we will put the address.
Her handle.
On the show notes
Instagram
too, so you can find that there on the show description. And thank you for being on the show. It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to everyone who made it through this entire episode.
I have a shirt for y'all, so y'all can see this. Well,
I made it awkward. Oh my God. No, you were perfect.
At the last part with the penis, yeah. Well, I guess I was the only one out of the joke, and I didn't get it until it was too late.
Oh my God.
I thought y'all still were talking about straws.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, but you brought in the jaw, and I was like, "Oh, Chris has got this."
No, because I was still thinking like the straw.
He was very innocent in that. Bless his heart.
Sometimes
It's okay, honey.
Sometimes my jaws hurt when I suck on penises too.
Wait, what?
What? Do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.